Hi guys, welcome to another session with me. We are starting this week, like we said, with a session every single day. We are going to see how this is going to work, if you like it or not. For me, definitely, I have time to do it. Before we start, guys, let's check the data. Economic calendar, definitely when you look at it like this, looks full. But if you ask me, there is nothing really important. Like the only important data that's going to come this week will be on Thursday, and that's the interest rate coming from the UK. Everything else won't have that big impact this week. So we will stick to the technical side more because from the fundamental side, fundamental data, there is nothing that we can rely on except that UK rate. Now, if we seen, let's say, the move that we seen on Friday was amazing. We talked about, we have talked about the idea that non-farm payroll didn't move the market that much lately, but that's completely wrong if we take a look on what we seen on Friday. We seen really bad results. We seen a drop in the dollar, so definitely we seen some movements. In terms of the count, I won't change anything. I want to focus, let's say, more on that short term side because we will work every single day. So, of course, we should more focus on that day trade side. Now, the move coming from here, from that low at 96.40, still look like a correction. We've seen a massive drop on Friday, but that's it. Of course, that's just a news reaction, expecting to see a pullback now. And we take a look on the smaller count. And you start looking from the high here. Let's even go smaller. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So definitely we are going to see one more drop down because we can't end, let's say, a correction with the 5-leg move. So short term, we can expect to see a pullback before market push down and then move higher. Short term, definitely, I want more to be focusing on that upper side. So 38.2 to 50% will be that area that I want to see, let's say, tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, but it's more, I'm saying Wednesday more because we don't have any data that can impact the market that much. In terms of the trading, I want to focus only on some, let's say, formation plays. That's all. For example, we have a small flag here that can work out, that can be used for me as a potential trade side, but nothing else, nothing major. Of course, we need to see at least a crack above 98.90 if we want to see a price moving higher. Like on the upside, I'm not going to look for the new highs right away, but at 50 will be that enough. So 50 is 99.43, so 99.40. Let's keep it like that. The same story applies to the Euro USD. We just need to inverse the count, nothing else. Because if you take a look on the smaller side, we have just moved up, looking for a pullback short term. Definitely nothing special, nothing major. We need to go with what market is telling us right now. We are seeing some small flag formation that's going to crack anytime soon. So once that's cracked, we can expect to see market down to 38.2% to 50%, nothing more than that. The move from here looks corrective. When I say corrective, what they mean like looks like a 3-leg move. And followed by this 3-leg move, what we can look here can be some sort of a complex correction. And what that means is that each leg is going to have a 3-leg subwaves. So this is what we want to see. So of course, nothing special, nothing major, but still, like we said in the US dollar, we can use and apply the same thing here in the Euro USD. So short term, we can be bearish, just the short term. From there, we can expect to see a push higher. Nothing special, nothing major, but we want to trade day by day, nothing else. The pound, similar story. We managed to crack this support. We found the support, market moving higher, nothing crazy, nothing special. We drop down. Let's go in the smaller time frame, like 15 minutes. We are seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pull back and look for the new move toward the upside. Like here, I wouldn't go, let's say, short right away. Like I wouldn't, just because we don't have any information that can give us that opportunity right now. Here, I would rather focus on that idea of seeing a nice three-leg move down to 38.2, 50%, and from there try to chase the market towards the upside. Just because we know that short term we can use this 131.40 as our potential invalidation point, and while that hold, we can start looking to build a long position. Of course, if opportunity presents itself, you shouldn't ever try to trade if market is not perfect. Of course, pound will react on Thursday, but we have a lot of time till Thursday, and I don't want to, let's say, miss anything. So day trading is going to be more than enough here. Nothing special. I just want to see a clear of, let's say, 134, maybe a little bit higher, but nothing crazy. I see this week as a good trading a week in terms of day trades, not the swing trades for sure, but for a day trades, this week can be good. Aussie also recovered a little bit. We can go fit wave A of the wave 2 here, looking for a pullback and another drop down coming this week. And here I would use the similar approach that we are using in the pound, just inverse that part. Like I wouldn't trade it right away. But we can focus on looking for a three-leg move pullback, then looking for the sell while using the high or our invalidation point as a potential stop and look for a push towards the downside. We want 63.50, maybe a little bit lower, let's say 63. And that's all. We can get decent enough risk reward, so why not? There are no news coming from Australia this week that can have any big impact. But that's all. Let's say dollar CAD, nothing new. Market move towards the downside. Short term, we may see, or we should see, better to say, further continuation. I still treat this as the ugly part of a correction, so I'm not trading this part. If I need to pick a pair that's look best here, I would rather pick, let's say, dollar yen. Just because dollar yen found the resistance at that equal X. We seen that on Fridays after the NFP, the market, and this move looks strong. Looking for a pullback place towards the downside here is okay option. We know that right now, if we want our count to be right and that we can call the wave for a complete leg, we need to hold below 150.90. So while that hold looking for a pullback place is a good option, the first target I want to use here would be 145.87, and from there will be the equal X from this move compared to the pullback that is going to appear. But definitely dollar yen is on my watch, on the main watch list for this week. Euro yen, good and bad. I like it and I don't like it. In terms of trading, guys, I like it because it's moving the way we want. I don't like it, let's say, for me, it's too late to enter short now. If you get a decent pullback or a decent opportunity, that's fine. Then we can start thinking about the potential short plays. But here I would rather wait for that deeper push down to 38.2 and from there looking to plan something for the upside. Because we already have 1, 2, and we are in 3. Compare that part to a dollar yen where we don't have it. We have 1. We want to see a pullback and from there look for a potential sell. Gold working the way we want. Like, I'm still holding this as our main count. That idea that the wave 4 is complete. And from there, what we can see is a smaller 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So of course, pullback plays here will be the best options that we have. Pullback plays, definitely something to watch here. Any 3-7 swing moves should be considered as a potential decent setups for this week. You know the backup line always, but this moment I really like it. I have it on the other screen always so I don't miss it. So why not? Silver on the other hand, we are going to see a push higher. How much that push higher is going to be, I'm not 100% sure yet. But the move definitely start to look like incomplete. So we can at least expect to see the crack above this 38.26 before anything else happen. So in terms of trading, you can take something. Like if you like the setup, you find the 5-3, it's fine. But if I need to pick between gold and silver at this moment, I'm picking gold. Bitcoin didn't move much. We continue to move lower. We are trying to see some bullish momentum right now. I really believe that in terms of count, this ugly correction can be considered as a complete leg. There are 5 ways how you can count this, but anything, this is a correction. So we want to see a further push higher. If we want to play some long positions, pullback plays can work out. Just make sure that if you're trying some long plays, that you use this low at 111.92 as your potential as your potential stop, and look for at least 118.88 and higher levels as your target, just because you want to create decent enough risk reward. So why not? I like it. Like, I'm fine for trying a small positions, nothing crazy, nothing big, but I'll try that part. Ethereum moved. I like how everything looks. I'm saying I'm liking the move just because we are almost right there, like to prove that this is the wave D and that our larger idea of us seeing a drop in the wave E is going to happen. I don't see it as a potential trade right now, just because on any time you can't find still a confirmation on a smaller time frame. I want to see at least one more drop down to have a decent looking 5-leg move here. And from there, pullback sells can work out. But again, like we are saying for a past few weeks, we want either a deeper pullback and from there to look for the long, or if you're wrong and we crack 4,000 118 to start thinking about the long plays. Right now, at this moment, I don't see it as a viable option just because the risk would need to be down here, and that's bad risk reward. However, you start to count this part. If you take a look at the Nasdaq, guys, take a look at the Nasdaq and the move from the April. I can count it as a complete three-leg move, followed by ugly pullback in the 4, but still, wave 2 wasn't also something crazy nice looking, and I want to see a further push higher, either from the current levels or from 23.6. But here I believe that we can see something as a for a day trading. Just make sure that you see a correct impulse, because this is starting to look like an impulse. So pullback plays can work out. Why not? Just use it as a potential. This low at 22,678 as your potential invalidation point, and that's all. For me to, I need to be honest, like, let's say I didn't hold a swing position in Nasdaq or any other indices for years. I'm day trading indices only, so for me this is fine. But to hold, let's make sure that you understand your risk reward. But here I believe that you can do it like you can create decent enough risk reward. We don't have, again, data that can impact this market that much. Of course, you always have Trumpy. You always have Trumpy, someone that can actually really ruin your day with one simple tweet. So we always need to have that in mind, and that's the main reason why I will prefer to just day trade this. Like, take 20-30 ticks, that's all for me. But if you want, like, you can prepare even a swing trade. The similar story I see in, let's say, DAX. If you look at the higher count, we are seeing some drop. But at the end of the day, we will see drops here and there. I see every drop as a good opportunity to look for a long place. I don't see the wave 4 as a complete lag, just because, let's go a little bit lower to the 4-hour time frame. We go and call this wave 4 as a flat. We can find a 3-leg move here, we can find a 3-leg move here, but we can't find 5 in that wave C. So I'm either going with ADM. My ideal scenario would be to see crack below this 23,026, and from there look for the long, or that we are going to consolidate for a while, create a potential triangle, and then move higher. In both cases, I'm more trying to chase the long side. Of course, when we are talking about trading DAX, you want to do that part only during the UK session, because that's when you have the most volatility in this index compared to the Nasdaq, where you can trade Nasdaq in the UK session, but most volatility will come during the US session. That opening first hour or two will have the most impact on the indices. You guys, let me know, do you like the stream so far? Do you like how everything looks? Keep in mind, we are working every single day from now on. Same hours, guys. You can watch it on the YouTube, you can watch it on inside of a hub. So it's all your choice, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers.